we're gonna talk a little science to some people. To some people, this may not seem like a big deal. Will, why are you spending some time on this? I don't know what your thoughts are on it, but when I saw it, I was intrigued. I was a little excited by this pickup. So we're gonna talk Wayne Gallman signing in Atlanta. Um, what are your thoughts on this? What does it mean for Mike Davis? What do you think about Wayne Gallman? What do you think?
Man, if you have Mike Davis, you need to go get this guy right now. We've already talked on previous shows, many podcasts on the decline of Mike Davis mid-season, towards the end of the season. He starts declining massively. Anything happens to Mike Davis, this is the guy that's gonna take the ball. And he plays really hard. And I think he finally gets an opportunity in ATL. When the opportunity arises, I have no idea. But like I've said before, Mike Davis is a great running back. He has great, he starts off really good, but he starts declining, and this is something that he's done with a lot of teams. He did it with the Carolina, backing up McCaffrey. He did it in Chicago. He would have really good games at the beginning of the season, or he would come in mid-season, and after around the fifth or sixth games, he starts fading. You know what I'm saying? So having Wayne Gallman, first of all, it's not gonna cost you nothing. So you need to go get him, because this is the type of things, and these are the type of moves that'll win you a championship, and these are the type of players that'll win you the championship on the back end of the season. They look like the name right now doesn't ring bells, but when you got Mike Davis and you have him, you automatically have the backfield. Anything happens to Mike Davis, you look like a genius, just like all the people that picked up Mac Jones in the later rounds, in the second round, and now they got themselves a starting quarterback. Kudos to y'all. These are the type of things that you can make your team better in a snap of the fingers. It doesn't take years if you pay attention to what you're doing. So yeah, I think this is something for all Mike Davis owners to go get this guy. He's probably out available in the free agent market. Go spend a couple FAB dollars on this guy. I'm telling you, it's gonna be worth it. Even if nothing happens to Mike Davis, I'm sure he's gonna have a couple games with maintenance where they're not gonna play him, and this guy's gonna be able. He's gonna be a plug RB3 for sure, maybe RB2, depending how fast he learns that offense. I think that this is something that people need to go get, and it's not a mission. It's not something that's hard to do. You need to go do it right now. What do you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, I went in all the leagues that he was available. I put in them waiver claims, right? I did it if I'm a contender because he's a good guy to have on your team, and I did it if I'm not a contender because then I want to trade him. Okay, because let's be honest, people were drafting and picking up Quadre Olison. All right, why were they picking up Quadre Olison, who sucked? He sucked since he came into the league. They were picking him up because the only person in front of him was Mike Davis. Okay, so if you're gonna pick up Olison, Gallman is better than Olison. Okay, Olison had no shot at stopping Mike Davis. No shot at getting carries away. I mean, they were going to use him, but he was not about to threaten Mike Davis's job. Gallman is so much better than Olison, and I mean, he's younger than Mike Davis. And let's talk about Wayne Gallman a little bit, bro. I picked him up last year. I mean, Barkley goes down. Who was the backup running back for the fucking Giants? It was Wayne Gallman. And from a week, I believe week 7 or week 8 up until or week 9, but there was a period of like 4, 5, 6 weeks when Gallman took over that he was running back 7. Okay? This guy, and this was on a shitty Giants team. He has abilities, he has skills. I mean, the 49ers paid this guy. He was their first one of their first free agent signings. Okay. And that's why people were drafting him. But guess what, man? The 49ers didn't let him go because he sucks. The 49ers let him go because they have a million running backs, right? They didn't know they were going to be able to get Trey Sermon. They didn't know they were going to get Elijah Mitchell. Okay. And Mostert's been somewhat healthy. So, they were not gonna keep this fourth string running back and pay him all that money. So he gets released. The Atlanta gets him. So I still think, so this is my thought. I still think Mike Davis is the starter, okay? But I think this is actually possibly positive for Mike Davis in the fact that, like you said, he starts to wear down as the season go on. He's 28 years old. He's been a journeyman his whole career. He's never really had a starting gig that lasted other than Carolina last year. So Gallman coming in being able to take some carries, that might make Mike Davis last longer. He might be able to make it through the whole season, okay, which is a positive. But again, who's the next man up? There's no one else on that team, okay, and there's no free agents sitting out there that are available that are better than Wayne Gallman. So again, if and when Mike Davis gets injured, okay, Wayne Gallman comes in and he's going to be a starter for several games. Okay, and he has the ability that if Mike Davis sucks or something, he lost the juice that he had last year. It was maybe a magical year, and he goes out there playing. He's got no juice. That wiggle's gone. Wayne Gallman can just take the fucking job from him. So I'm getting Wayne Gallman everywhere I can. And like you said, those are the type of moves that, maybe nothing happens. Fine, nothing happens. He didn't cost you much. You drop him and you go to the next guy. But those are the type of players in these ambiguous backfields where we don't know who can end up leading the league, the team in carries. Those are the type of guys you go after.
Yeah. And even if he doesn't win you a championship, let's say that Mike Davis goes down for like 3 or 4 games in the middle of the season, and you plug him in and he gets you, and you got to win in those 3 4 week seasons. You're winning right there. That's
Yeah.
making you get to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? These are the type of things that you got to do, and the moves that you got to make, because you never know when you're gonna need that card to play it. You know what I mean? So it's a very simple move. Like Brandon said, maybe nothing happens. But at the end of the day, it doesn't cost you anything. Because if something happens, then you look like a G. You know what I'm saying? So I'm ready to move on from this. Are you done with it?